Hi, my name is Monica Rivas, and this is session 3 of 5 with my students in my group here. My theory is Adler, and what we've kind of been discussing the previous session is, focusing on forming corrections in our values and our feelings, especially our behaviors when it comes to academics. I'm trying to inspire development of productive and beneficial attitudes in the areas that they lack or confidence. So really working on self-worth, okay? So here we go. Hey guys, so it's good to see you again. So I know we've been focusing on, correcting our behaviors and especially bad habits that we have that we've all kind of been talking about. So today we're going to do a really cool activity, and what I'm going to do is I am going to hand you all a piece of paper, and it's the exact same paper, and I'm all handing you black pens. So when I pass this around, we're all going to go, ahead and write on here something maybe personal that you wish that you've never really discussed to anybody, or that you wish you can change about yourself, or maybe improve. So for instance, like myself, I wish that I wasn't such a procrastinator, or something to do with school, with homework, or whatever it is that you feel. So let's take one paper and pass it down, and then we'll take one black pen and pass it down.
Do you just want us to write one thing?
Just one thing that you really, really wish that you can change about yourself when it comes to whether it's school or your home life, or just that you feel is a bad habit that you have, or something that you maybe have been getting in trouble a lot for, something like that, and everybody's going to focus on their own paper. And I'll give you guys a couple of minutes. And then when you're done, I just want you to crumble it in a ball, and you're going to go ahead and put it in this jar that I have. Perfect. And you just crumble it in a ball. No one's going to see it. We don't know whose is who. Perfect. You got it. I'll give you just a minute, Juan. Just a ball. You got it. Okay. So then what I'm going to do now is I am going to just pull one out randomly. I mean, we don't know whose it is, and we don't have to share whose, improvement it is, or who this person would want, what they want to improve on. I'm just going to open it up, and then we can maybe discuss some tools on how to improve that as a group, or what do you guys think can help and benefit that, our student and our friend here, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and have Anna just pick one out of our jar here.
Choose mine,
And
choose
then
mine.
I'll go ahead and read it for you guys. So let's see, this student wants to improve on getting to bed earlier, so sleeping earlier to wake up less tired. Now, how do you think being tired at school affects you?
You can't focus. You don't learn.
Right, you can't focus.
I can't concentrate.
You can't concentrate. So if this person is going to bed really, really late, they're getting up tired, they're going to school kind of foggy, what do you think are ways that we can help our friend here improve on the sleeping habits? Juan?
Maybe turning off the TV a little earlier, or like their phones stuff.
Right, like setting a time. You know what, by 9:30, 9 o'clock, I am turning it off. I'm putting my electronic devices away. Right, do you think that would work? Does anybody else have any ideas?
I think maybe writing out what you need to do for the day to make sure that you're like better time management maybe.
Like maybe plot out your day and
Yeah.
you're done by a certain time. That would work,
Yeah.
right? And then that way maybe you say you're done with all your chores at home or whatever you had to do by 7, and then you have that hour, 2 hours to just hang out and chill, right? And then go to bed by then. That's good. Babe?
What happens if you did I know this sounds dumb,
No.
but I have a little brother, and my dad has like a bedtime routine for him. So he brushes his teeth, he reads a book, they talk for like 2 minutes about their day, and then they go to sleep. So maybe if he did a routine, or she did a routine.
Right, it's almost like building a positive habit. So maybe starting a routine and saying by 8:30 I'm brushing my teeth, I'm washing my face, my pajamas are on, or whatever it is, and then you lay down, electronics are off. So that'd be something to maybe try consecutively so that we can get to bed earlier, because you guys do need sleep and you need to be able to focus in the morning. So those are really, really great ideas. So whoever needed, those tools should be able to try these, right, when we go home. Anna?
We can set an alarm at night, just as a reminder, like a 30-minute before
Right.
the time.
Like set an alarm on your
Mhm,
phone, right?
correct.
Perfect. Okay, so let's go ahead and try the next one here. So this next student or friend, better communications with my teachers. Now, when we say better communication, what do you think that you're doing wrong, or what do you think's not happening that you're not communicating with your teachers? What would be some ideas that if you're not communicating, what is it that you think you're lacking, Anna?
I think that I go home and not understand what I'm supposed to do. for
Maybe you're
my-
not understanding, you're not asking questions maybe, right?
I get kind of shy. I know I like to talk a lot, but I get kind of shy because I don't want people to think I'm dumb.
Or ask a dumb question,
Yeah.
you're afraid of that, okay.
I think that, I just depend on my memory too much, and I say, oh, I'm gonna remember to do this, do that, and then I should have written it down, maybe.
You forget, okay.
Yeah.
So what are some tools that we can do to better that? So maybe take some notes, right? We can do that, be a great idea.
Ooh, I know.
Well-
If you're shy, you could talk to your teacher after school or before class and no one listens to.
Right,
you.
talk to
That's a
the
good
teacher
idea.
privately, or maybe even send an email. I mean, we all have email. We can send an email to our teacher and say, hey, I was kind of shy to ask this, I'm not understanding what the assignment is due for next week. So really reaching out, I think, is really important for us to do, or maybe even reaching out to classmates, right?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Friends that you feel comfortable with. So these are some really good, yes, Angela?
We can, like communicate with our teacher on haiku.
Right, on
Yeah,
haiku, and
haiku.
that's kind of what we have the blackboard for, right, is to communicate, if you're not understanding. So those are some really, really great ways that we can improve our communication with our teacher. So we go to our teacher, we either talk to them individually, we talk to our friends, or we go straight to Blackboard or email, right? Great idea. So let's go to our next one here, which is, I wish I didn't fight with my parents. So, this is kind of an interesting one. I think a lot of us have always, I know I have when I was growing up, bumped heads with my teachers. Now, what do you think you guys maybe argue or bicker about with your parents?
I always feel like they just never understand what I'm trying to say, or whatever I do say, they just don't
They
care.
don't get it. Now, what do you think are some ways, when you get along with your parents and you actually communicate, what do you think is happening? Do you think you guys maybe are understand because you're agreeing on something? Do you think that maybe you're not responding in maybe a disrespectful manner, right? Maybe
Well-
learning to just, parents are parents and, they're gonna have their views.
Well, I think just being able, I think it's hard because they don't know what we're going through.
Right.
So I think we need to do a better job maybe of telling them
Communicating,
what we're
and
feeling.
that's, right, and
Yeah.
and that's kind of what we talked about with our teachers, so maybe communicating more and, having them understand your ideas. So, these are really great tools, yes, Anna?
But sometimes I feel like I'm explaining to my parents and they still don't understand.
I know, sometimes parents can be hard and they don't understand, and, as a student or as their child, it really is important to be respectful. When you're disrespectful, it makes the situation worse. So even if they don't understand you, maybe it's best to, choose not to argue and bicker with them because it makes the situation worse. What do you think would happen if you just said, fine, I'm gonna leave it alone, and maybe come back to it at a different time when you're not also angry with each other, right? You think that would work?
Yeah.
So, okay, these are really, really great ideas, and I'm really, I appreciate that you guys have been coming here, and I feel like we've been getting along great, and I appreciate that you guys have been sharing. Is there anything else that anybody wants to add to anything, or that you want to add to the group discussion that we had today?
No, but I do think that you gave us some good tips on how to deal with these situations.
So what I want you guys to do, because we do have one more session left, and I'm kind of sad to see you guys go, but what I really want you to do this week before I see you next week is really try some of these tools and efforts that we've spoken about right now, and so for whoever it was that said, about sleeping, really try that. I want you to go home this week and try to do that every single day this week so that when you come back to me next week, we can speak about if it worked or not. And maybe we need to just tweak some things, or, the person that's having, a hard time with their parents and about just being respectful, or maybe trying to communicate better. So I want everybody to try these resources out, and so that we can discuss them next week and see how they went. Do they work for us? Did they not? Do we need more ideas? So on that note, you guys, thank you again for coming, and I really appreciate you all. So if you have anything else, you guys can see me after the session if you need to talk individually, okay?
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.